So today I want to talk about osteoarthritis and joint health. And I'm going to share my screen because pictures are worth 1,000 words, and I want you to see this. So when we talk about joint health, very often we are mistaken that the reason our joints are falling apart is because of old age. Like it's a rite of passage to have joint pain and stiffness and end up with bone on bone, right? It's wear and tear and old age. Well, that's not really true. So I want you to look at a few things here. We're going to talk about joint damage. Now, according to the Centers for Disease Control, 50% of the population in this country, in the United States, and of course a lot of Western nations as well, develop degenerative joint disease or osteoarthritis. Osteoarthritis is the leading cause of chronic disability in the United States. So you would think we would want to be doing something about this, right? So what causes joint damage? Shouldn't we know that? Well, the Stanford University School of Medicine did a study, and they determined that the primary cause of joint damage is not compression or wear and tear. It is chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation. So let's figure out what's causing chronic inflammation, right? If we can figure that out, we can stop damaging our joints. Well, there's a few things that contribute to inflammation in the body, and one of them is what you put in your mouth. Animal foods contain high amounts of arachidonic acid, which contributes to inflammation. Now, I'm not saying here that you have to be 100% vegan and 100% perfect. What you want to do is understand the more animal foods you're putting in your mouth, the more you're going to promote inflammation in your body. And of course, everybody says, well, what about getting enough protein? Guess what? There's lots of protein in plant foods. You can see here, black beans actually have more protein than cheddar cheese, right? Asparagus, spinach, broccoli, all have more protein than all of these animal foods. So you're not going to lack protein. And I don't have time right now because I want to cover this topic, but this inferior protein, superior protein, complete protein, incomplete protein, it's all very misunderstood and very poorly taught. So I'll do a Friday value video on that shortly, but we're sticking with this topic for now. It is not lacking anything. You're going to be fine. Anybody who consumes enough calories for life does not have a protein deficiency. It's next to impossible unless you have some kind of disease process or you're literally starving, which is like the third world countries, right? So this is what causes the promotion of the inflammation in the body from this food, the arachidonic acid, when you're overloaded. It's an essential fatty acid, but your body will convert as needed from linoleic acid from plant oils. So you don't need to get it from animal foods. Your body will make as much as you need from the plant foods that you consume. If you're consuming animal foods, you're getting it directly, which leads to an oversupply because the majority of people will consume animal foods for breakfast, bacon and eggs, whatever, all kinds of, dairy and whatever, all animal food, right? Proteins. And then they'll have something else at lunch and something else at dinner. So you get this oversupply of arachidonic acid. Not a good thing. Its job is to stimulate the production of those chemicals that promote inflammation in the body. That's what it does. And when you get too much of it, your body will respond with inflammation during your normal healing and repair process, which goes on in the body pretty much all the time. And when the body's overloaded, that inflammatory process is much more difficult to shunt or reverse. So this is an issue, right? And the USDA tells us animal meats, oily fish like salmon, produce the highest amounts of arachidonic acid in the body. Plants, fruits, veggies, grains, legumes produce little or no arachidonic acid, and baked goods produce a moderate amount. Okay, next week, I'm going to talk about another thing that will promote chronic inflammation in the body and give you a little detail on that. But for now, we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.